What's up, guys? It's Fresh Trades here, and this is my watch list for the week of 12/8. We had a fantastic week last week. We closed out 3 for 3 on the week. Right here, we hit SPY puts a couple times for good gains. I ended up making $486 last week. We are currently swinging NVDA over the weekend, so we will look to manage that trade out tomorrow. And I'm just going to go over my watch list for this week, guys, and the stocks I'm watching and the moves I'm looking for. If you want to get all the analysis, you can join the free Discord. Link is in the description, and you can also follow my Twitter to get all my posts and everything. Alright, guys, so for this week, we're just going to start off with NVIDIA. I've already done the market analysis in the video not right before this, but the one before that, and so you guys can go ahead and check out my analysis for SPY and QQQ and that, and where I think we're going. But this is just going to be on the stocks I'm watching this week. Alright, so we're going to start with NVIDIA. Really, we're on the daily here, and we just had this whole distribution progression going on where we chopped out. We got two higher highs here, and we got strong sells off both of these. And then really, while the market's been rallying, as we go back and look at QQQ, we've had a really strong rally off those Friday lows back in November, but NVIDIA has just sat out completely of this rally and looked really weak and really poor. So we went ahead and we entered puts off the previous all-time highs back here, and this level's been very important, the 185 level. We got post all-time high breakdown, and we came back and bounced there, and we were fighting it a long time in August and September. So we got short off the 185, and we're currently about even on this trade. But what we're looking to see is, while we get QQ and SPY to sell here, which I do expect to sell into 610, I want to see NVIDIA really put on the pressure to the lows here, and then we're looking for 170 potentially, and then I'd love to take profits at 180 to begin with too. So that would be my first trim, and our final trim is definitely the 170 level. But that's what I'm looking for there on NVIDIA. Next we have AMD, and it's a lot of the same similar thing. Honestly, this looks a little cleaner. And this was whatever the announcement was with Intel, I'm pretty sure. And we just have a distributive look. Upside plays have not been nice through this. And then we got the hard sell off, and really we're just testing right back into it. And it kind of got heavy on one day, sold off well, and then we got wickish. And what I just want to see from here is a play down into 203, and then potentially some sort of dead cat or a bounce of some sort, and then eventually would like to short this into 195, and then eventually the gap fill, of course. But 195 is really what I'm hoping to see in 200, 203 cycle level first. But it's the same idea as NVIDIA, same play, just looks a little cleaner here. After that we have Zoom, and this is actually a upside play. If we go out and look on the weekly, we're gonna see this is getting accumulated really nicely here. We got our spring down here, and then we have higher lows building out, higher lows. Earnings came in and it was actually pretty good. Volumes picked up really nicely here on the gap up, and really it's just been basing out really well. And even though we had some strong rejections across the market, still had a decent day on Friday. And 88.50 has been a key level, and it could really get us back up into this gap up here if we can get above 88.50 and hold this. So what we're looking for this week is just some sort of movement. If it can remain one of the stronger stocks in the market, we just want to see it play up maybe into this wick, come back down, chop around, and then we want to see 95 eventually there. But that's what we're looking at for right now in Zoom. It's one of the only upside ones that I'm really watching this week. But overall, really constructive look. Held the gap, higher lows, nice gap up on earnings, great volume. So volume's not really there yet. So it looks really nice. The last stock I'm watching right now is Ford. And, Ford has been in this accumulation phase for a while now. We started accumulating back in April, and we're just higher lows have been put in every time. We caught some nice trade out of here. We rode that up a little bit, and then we did catch the trade out of here, and we rode that to these highs right here. And so really it's looking very constructive and strong. I just want to see how it behaves during this pullback. Ideally we want to hold 1250 and then look for some sort of entry long here, because I think this is very much still in play. Honorable mention, just one last thing before we hop off here. XLE and energy, you know, been looking at, we finally got the gap fill, which is a great sign. Sell volume was still very low, so that's something definitely still going to be looking for this long. Want to look for some sort of pullback into here. But you know, XOM, all the oil stocks look fairly solid. I mean, constructive. USO, still, USO was green. I mean, very good look so far. So energy is just like a little bonus one I'm going to continue to watch. But thank you guys for watching and tuning in. If you have any questions, be sure to comment. And yeah, if you guys want to get access to all the trades, link down below to the Discord. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.